Good morning guys. So this week I'm doing something a little bit different. Rather than just filming a day in my life video, I'm actually going to be filming a little bit from each of my days throughout the week. I see a lot of content creators do this type of video, but I don't think I've actually ever done this before. I've only ever done like day in the life videos, so I'm really curious to give it a try and let me know what you think as well. So today is Monday and it is currently around 11:30 a.m. Oren woke up from a nap not long ago and I'm just giving him his lunch now, so he's just over there eating and I'm getting through the never-ending pile of washing up that needs doing. There are a few things happening this week. So tomorrow is actually my mum's birthday, so she hasn't got any specific plans for what she wants to do there, but it's actually also my work day when they have Oren for me, and I did offer to move it to a different day this week, but actually she was fine doing this, so I might work sort of half a day tomorrow because I've actually caught up with my work quite a bit. I think I can do that. And then we might do something in the afternoon, but I'm not sure yet. I've also obviously got to wrap her present up. Wednesday I'm due to meet a friend, Thursday is my work day, and then Friday I've got another mum meetup to actually say goodbye to one of my antenatal group mums who's moving to Scotland. And of course, in and amongst all that, I've still got to get all the daily chores and everything done. And actually this week I really want to give my flat a proper thorough clean because I very rarely get the opportunity to do that, and up until recently I had a cleaner come once a month to just sort of like do a thorough deep clean, and that was really helpful, but she can no longer come anymore and it's really difficult to find cleaners that will only come once a month because understandably they want regular work on a weekly basis, but my budget doesn't stretch to that, so I can only really afford to do once a month at the moment. And it's only now that I've not had that for a couple of months that I've really been able to see just how invaluable that particular support was. So I am going to still try and see if I can find someone else who might be able to do that, but in the meantime I need to give this place a really good thorough clean myself, and ideally I need to do it, well, at least part of it. I need to do Oren's room and my room probably on one of the days that he's not here. So welcome to a week in my life as a solo mum by choice at 26 in the UK. I've just finished getting dressed, which means this is the perfect opportunity for me to introduce you to today's video partner, Wild. I personally love working with Wild because they have a big focus on producing sustainable products and also using natural ingredients. And today I get to show you their brand new collaboration with Emma Bridgewater in this adorable bee print case. I don't know about you guys, but this print really reminds me of Bridgerton, which is a series I'm a big fan of personally, and season 3 is coming out this month, so it just feels like it ties in perfectly. And not only have they produced a new deodorant case, but they've also produced a new body wash too. So if you're not familiar with Wild, the way that they work is that you buy an aluminium case and then you choose the deodorant that you want to put inside, and it comes in a compostable bamboo refill, which saves 30 grams of plastic. And not only is the refill compostable, but the entire case is also recyclable too, so it's a really sustainable product. So the new Emma Bridgewater scent is honey and cactus flower, and I really love this one. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, like you can definitely smell the honey, and I wouldn't have thought honey had a smell, but like when you smell this, you'll know what I mean. The best way I can describe it is it's really like soft and buttery, but also like all the Wild deodorants, it's subtle. It's not like those chemical deodorants you get where after you've put them on, like if you held your arms up, you could practically scent an entire room and it's kind of overpowering. It's not at all like that. It's a much nicer, gentler smell. And that of course is because it's made with natural ingredients. The body wash also has a really lovely scent to it. This one is honey and almond, and I've got it here in the cream canister, but you can also buy a blue one too. And just like the deodorants, this one also has a refillable insert. So you basically just unscrew the top here, and as you can see, if I open up the top of this bit, you basically just place the compostable refill inside and you can just directly screw the lid on top of that, and then when you're done you can just throw it in the compost bin and buy a new one. You don't have to get rid of your beautiful canister and you help to save the environment. This clever system also means that if you want to try a different scent with your deodorant or your body wash next time, you can, but you don't have to throw away the casing. You can just buy a new refill. My favourite thing about the Wild products is definitely that they're made with natural ingredients, particularly as I'm still breastfeeding. You know, if I've got a baby here, my armpit's only here, I don't want to have had anything with harsh chemicals anywhere near where they're going to be breathing it in, so having a natural deodorant is something that's really important to me. If you also want to give Wild a try, be sure to use my code 20bridie to get 20% off their products for a limited time only. You can click on the link in the description box down below, or you can also scan the QR code that's on the screen here. And thank you to Wild for partnering with me in this video. The weather the last few days has been absolutely foul. Honestly, April has been such a miserable month. We often get April showers because April's famous for that, but it's been so cold. But today the weather's actually really lovely, so I think I'm going to take Oren for a walk, and I also need to pick up some shopping from the local supermarket too. So that means I need to pop out and get his pushchair from the car, because normally I have a pushchair that I leave kind of in the house, but because the weather's been so bad, it was actually nice on Thursday morning, so I pushed him in his pushchair up to nursery, but by the time I got to the evening it was raining, so I had to drive up there and I stuck it in the car, and I have yet to get it out because I never have enough free hands when I'm getting out of the car as it is. Oh my god, guys, you do not know how happy I am to actually have some sun. It has been so long. I'm somebody that really feels the weather. When we have rough weather for a long time, it super affects my mood. I don't know if I have SAD or whatever. I never found that the sad light ever helped when I was ill, but that might be because I had Lyme disease, which was much more serious. But yeah, the days where it's sunny, oh my goodness, I feel like a different woman. So fully making the most of it today. We've even got some bluebells popping up. Isn't that lovely? It's just coming up to 10 to 3 now. I put Oren down for a nap about 5 minutes ago. I've just had a phone call from the bike shop that I dropped my bike off with last week because I wanted to get it serviced and also have a child seat fitted on the back, particularly because now Oren's at nursery. His nursery is like a perfect cycling distance to take him. I've been walking up there with a pushchair, which has been fine, but now that the summer months are coming in, I think it'd be really nice to have the option to cycle more places with him. And also my bike literally hasn't been used in like 2, maybe 3 years, definitely not since before I was pregnant. And it was in a state, so it really did need a proper servicing, and I definitely wanted that to happen before I had a bike seat put on the back, and I decided to just get it all done at once, and it was worth paying for that. So the guy just called me to say we can pick it up. So as long as the weather stays nice, I think when Oren wakes up I'll give him his bottle and then maybe head on down. Okay, I'm super chuffed because I've just done Oren's dinner and he ate all of it, and he's been on a real fussy streak the last few days, so he's not been eating as much. In particular, I made some pancake batter yesterday, and I made it with red pepper blitzed into it rather than spinach like the recipe that I showed you guys on my channel before. But he didn't eat any of them, and he normally, like, pancake batter is normally my one like go-to, he will always eat, but he didn't eat this one, so I was like, what am I going to do? Anyway, today I decided, well, I'll try it with peanut butter, because typically he will eat anything with peanut butter on. And sure enough, so I gave him some, I should have filmed this before, shouldn't I? But I gave him 2 mini pancakes with peanut butter on here. I gave him a few pieces of some chicken and broccoli burgers that I'd broken up, and some blueberries. Obviously he ate all the blueberries first because they're his favourite. He then ate the chicken, and then he finally picked at the pancake. And after I encouraged him a little bit and he tried it and could taste the peanut butter, he then ate all of them, no problem. So that was a big win today. Yeah, you clapping! Yeah, it was a win. And the other good news about that is that I don't have to throw this batter away, because I was thinking if he, rejects it a second time, there's no point in me really keeping it in the fridge because, he's not going to want it. So I'll keep it again, probably do some tomorrow, and then I'll need to batch cook the rest to use it up. The other thing I'm slightly struggling with at the moment is getting his multivit into him. You can see this water here, it's coloured because I've added a spoonful of his multivit to it, but he never finishes a cup of water like this. He'll have a few sips throughout a meal and encourage him to try a little bit, but he never drinks the whole thing, so I don't know how I'm going to get enough multivit into him each day now that he's starting to decrease his amount of formula he's on. When they're on formula, I don't know about other places in the world, but in the UK they're required to have certain levels of multivits and stuff in them, so you don't need to top them up with any extra vitamins when they're on formula. But now that I'm reducing his formula amounts, he needs to have some multivits. So I don't know. He doesn't, even if I put it in he doesn't like it in a straw. He doesn't use straws very much as well. This is his favourite type. He can also drink from an open cup, but again, he never drinks the full amount. So should I do a tiny amount of water and mix a teaspoonful in there, which will make it really strong? Or should I do a bigger cup and mix it in and just hope he gets enough from it? Let me know. Here it is. You're sitting on the bike, darling. You really enjoyed that, actually. Oh my god, though, my thigh muscles, though, they have not been used like that for quite some time. I think they're going to ache tomorrow. It is Tuesday and it is currently 11:30. Tuesday is one of my work days. I work on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and today is the day that my parents have Oren. So my dad picked him up this morning and I'm going to go over in a little bit. It's 11:30 now. I've actually already finished the piece of work that I needed to do today, which was to edit a video. I've managed, I think I said before, I've managed to get a little bit ahead of myself with some of my work, so there's not a lot for me to do. But I am, however, going to wrap my mum's present now. So she's asked for a pair of secateurs for her birthday. I'm just checking there's no price tag on these. She's a really keen gardener. She wanted them in this hot pink colour so that she doesn't lose them in the plants, because she had a pair of green secateurs, I think, and she said they're really hard to spot if you accidentally drop them, whereas pink is a lot easier to see. So I'm just going to wrap them up nicely now. Hopefully that's okay. I don't know about anyone else, but it feels super weird now to sign things from myself and from my son. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's 2 of us now. It's kind of nice though. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put that by the door so I don't forget it. I also had a plan today to do some cleaning because, like I said before, it's one of the only chances I get to clean is when he's not here. And I'm just waiting for the video to upload onto YouTube. So I've got about an hour before I can even think about leaving because I've got to do that. So really this would be the perfect time to do it. Just a question of, can I be bothered? I'm really not someone that enjoys cleaning. It's one of my most hated household tasks. I'm actually feeling quite hungry, so I think I might do myself some lunch first and then see how I feel after that. If I can get the motivation up, I'm definitely gonna do some cleaning. I managed to forget to take my pills last night, so I'm just catching up with doing that now. I'm still currently taking this drug called domperidone. This is what is keeping my milk supply up, and I managed to get down from 9 pills a day to 3, but I keep failing at getting down from 3 to 2. So I've been doing 2 tablets, I'd say, for like the last week, but Orin's sleep has just got a lot worse. He was sometimes sleeping through the night or waking up just once, but the last few nights he's woken up twice in the night, and I suspect that's because I've cut down the domperidone that I'm taking, so my supply's lower, so he's needing to wake up more for more feeds. So I'm gonna go back to taking 3. It's just a bit frustrating because I've only got 2 more boxes of these left, and these have 100 tablets in them, so I've got 200 tablets total, and actually there's still 2 packs in here as well, so let me work out what that would be. So I basically have 73 days worth of tablets left, which is about 2.5 months. Orin is currently 14 months old, so that would mean we'd get to 16 months. But yeah, it's just super annoying that I can't seem to get off this without it affecting his sleep. He's eating well in the day, he is still having a bottle of milk. He's actually gone from having 1 nap a day. He went from 2 naps to 1 nap, and now he's back on 2. So I don't know what happened there, but he still very much needs 2 naps now. And I tend to breastfeed him before each nap that he does, and he has a bottle when he wakes up from his second nap now. He used to have 1 after each one, but now that he's eating more, I decided he could go down to 1. But yeah, even in spite of the fact that he's eating more, it still seems to affect him in the night if I'm not taking 3 tablets. So I think what I might try and do is go alternate days, 3 tablets one day, 2 tablets the next, 3, 2, 3, 2, like that, and then try and go down to just 2 again in a week. But yeah, really frustrating. And I've tried this a few times now, and every time I have the exact same results, that his sleep gets worse because he wakes up and he wants a feed, and I feed him and I put him down, but then he tends to wake up. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to taking 3 and see if his sleep improves again, because it's the one thing that sort of seems to instantly have an effect. If I start taking more of these tablets, he seems to sleep better. So I might just have to accept that either I have to stop our breastfeeding journey altogether when he's 16 months if he's not really getting enough for me, or that we'll continue breastfeeding, but I'm gonna need to give him a bottle before bed or potentially in the night rather than trying to breastfeed him, which would be a little bit annoying because it is just so much easier to like whip up your top and stick them on your boob. We'll see. But if anyone else has ever taken domperidone and struggled to wean off it without it affecting their milk supply and having, you know, effects on their baby's sleep, etc., let me know what you did. Okay, I've just said to my mum that my video should be uploaded and ready by at least 2 p.m. So it's now 12:30. I'm gonna do at least half an hour's worth of cleaning. I'm going to start off in Orin's room because his is the room that really can't be done any other time other than when he's out. So I'm going to start by vacuuming his room and then give it a quick wipe down, and then go and do the same in mine and see how long that takes me. And then if I feel motivated to do any more, I will. Not gonna lie, slightly embarrassed about the amount of rubbish that I found in this room, but you know, I just never get a chance to deep clean anywhere, so I guess this is my opportunity to get rid of it. I also found, and this will probably gross some of you out, but all my old pregnancy tests that I took with Orin, they're actually like numbered on the day. This was 9, it's almost rubbed off now, but I can tell it was 9 days past ovulation. This was the first test that I thought I saw a line on, and like it's faded now, you can't even see it, but I was sure I saw it on the day it happened. And then this is the test where I got like my first proper line that I was absolutely sure I was pregnant. So it's so crazy to think that like this is almost 2 years ago now that I got these, and I still can't bring myself to throw them away. I feel like I need to like choose one, maybe this 10 DPA one where I was like, that was the first positive pregnancy test I got. I feel like I need to choose one and keep that one and get rid of the rest, but oh, I just can't do it yet. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pregnancy tests here that are just currently sitting doing nothing. Well, I managed to do a quick clean in both Oren's room and my room and get this video uploaded, and it's now 2:15, so I messaged my mum and we're going to go and meet in a local park at 2:30 and go for a walk, and then I suspect I'm going to bring Oren back here a little bit earlier. Normally on a Tuesday what I would do is they'll pick him up from me in the morning, I'll work, and then at around 5 o'clock I'll go to theirs and pick him up from theirs. But it looks like today I might bring him back a little bit earlier, or we'll go to my parents' house afterwards. I'm not really sure yet, we'll see what happens. Oren was a bit fussier going down this evening, which I think might be because he had quite a late nap at the park, even though it was a very short one. I did try and move his bedtime back a little bit, but I think he was still a bit disrupted from that. I've just made myself dinner, and as it's kind of towards the end of the month and I need to do like a big food shop to restock the fridge and the freezer, there wasn't a lot on offer, so I ended up just going for some cheese on toast, or in this case some baguette, because my mum had bought a baguette to make some sandwiches for my son, and figured that I would want the rest of it, which I was very happy to take. So I picked up some cheddar yesterday, so I've just done some cheese on baguette, and I've got 2 gherkins as well to eat with it. We've been given the go-ahead by the dietitian to start his milk planner. So this is the first day, because he's a bit of an upset stomach last week. I didn't want to do it then, but this is the first day I'm going to give him a little bit of malted milk biscuit, and we'll see how he does. So it is Wednesday now, and it's currently about 1:15. We're just about to leave to go and meet my friend and her baby and spend some time together. The kids will play together hopefully, and yeah, should be a nice little afternoon. The only other thing I've got to do today is empty the bins. Wednesday is bin day in my kind of weekly routine of things that I do, and I have a bin that's very full here that needs emptying, so I must get that done. Looks very much like it might rain, and I do not have a raincoat. Okay, it's spitting, but I've actually managed to time that reasonably well. Don't think we'll get too wet. Well, miraculously, we managed to make it back before A, it started raining, and B, he fell asleep. So I knew he was tired before we left, because it's like 3:15 now, and he was possibly due a nap around 2 o'clock, but because we were playing, that always pushes him back further. But I was convinced that he would fall asleep in the car on the way back, but he was kind of just about to go there when we got home. He hadn't quite drifted off yet, so I immediately hoiked him out the car, ran inside, put him on the boob, and then put him to bed, and he just went conked out straight away. So I am now going to continue watching Death Comes to Pemberley. I've ordered a takeaway, I've had a takeaway. It is now 10 to 8. I have procrastinated on taking the bins out as long as possible, I think, so I really need to do this now. But oh god, this is my most hated job with living alone, is doing the bins. Pretty much everything else, even cleaning, I don't like it, but I can do it. But taking the bins out, oh my god, hate it, hate it. The gardeners are here, so you'll have to forgive any background noise, I'm afraid. It is now Thursday, and it is currently 10 to 10 in the morning. I dropped Oren off at nursery at 7:30 this morning. It's interesting, the last couple of days he's woken up around 8, which is quite late for him, but then this morning he just woke up at 7 again. It's like he knew the nursery opened at 7:30. We did actually have a really big thunderstorm last night. Like, I'm not a light sleeper and I have my fan on to create white noise, but even I was woken up by the thunderstorm. So he didn't, he slept through it. I was amazed. I was half like listening out thinking he might wake up, but nope, he slept through the night again. I only took 2 tablets yesterday, so I'm going to continue to try the domperidone, 3 one day, 2 the next, and alternate days, and see if this keeps up. Thursday is like my big work day. It's the day that I have the most time to work, because on a Tuesday I obviously have the day to work with my parents having Oren, but they have him from 9 and then I go to pick him up around 5 o'clock in the evening, whereas on a Thursday he can go to nursery from 7:30 till as late as, well actually his nursery's open till 6:30, but he needs to go to bed before that, so the latest I would ever pick him up is 6. So this is the day I really have to like blitz through a ton of work, and actually so far I think I've got through about half of my work, so I should hopefully be done by lunchtime, which would be really nice, because then that means I have the rest of the day to do anything else I want. I had a meeting last week with someone who might potentially become a new client in the next couple of weeks, so that's quite exciting. So things are kind of making progress actually at the moment, which is really nice. I've actually managed to finish most of my work before 11. I'm still waiting for a couple of emails, but today is also an election day. We've got local elections happening for London Mayor and I think the London Assembly and one other thing too. So I am obviously going to go vote, very important to vote, and there is currently a break in the rain, so I think I'm going to go do that now. This is also the first election we've had where we've needed to take ID with us, so I'm going to need to take my driving licence with me as ID. It is 4:30 now and I've just gone onto the app that the nursery has and seen that Oren has only just fallen asleep, like literally just before 4 o'clock, and he's still sleeping now. So, I mean, normally with me at home, he woke up at 7 today, so he'd have had a nap around 9. He's not napped, unless they've forgotten to put it on, which I don't think they will have done. He has not napped the entire day until now. So God knows what this evening is going to be like. I definitely don't need to pick him up before 6 if he's still sleeping now, because I think it's going to need to have a later bedtime. But it's wild how different they can be at nursery. But typically he's not too affected by it, so I don't mind too much. But like, yeah, I've never seen him have like a first nap this late in the day. It is 6 o'clock now. I've just finished doing a last minute email. I'm going to go pick Oren up now. Now that I know he slept till like 4:30. I'm not going to worry too much about rushing to get him because he's going to be awake until at least 6:30 now when he's going to bed before that. But I don't know if this is because I had to up my domperidone dose again, even though I've only like gone back up from 2 to 3 alternate days. But my left boob, oh my goodness, like it is properly full of milk. I can't remember the last time I felt engorged. It must have been months ago now. My right one is empty. Well, not empty, but it like feels fine. And that's because he fed off that one this morning. But this one, oh my, like this is really kind of full. And actually thinking about it, because he only feeds off of one side in the morning, I put him to sleep. If I'm right and I put him to sleep with this boob last night, then he hasn't fed off of this for like 24 hours now. That's why it's so full. Whereas this one, I'm pointing to my boobs and you can't see them. But anyway, my right boob, he fed off this morning, so that's why it's softer. But if I forgot and fed off this one last night as well, then it's been longer than 24 hours. So no wonder this one is feeling kind of full. Anyway, I definitely need to go get him now because he needs to drain this boob before I get a blocked milk duct, which feels like it might be starting. Oh my goodness, the relief of feeding him before bed. I fed him just about an hour ago and he's, I think, gone to sleep. I've put his washing on because it's Thursday is his wash day. And I think for dinner tonight, I'm going to try and do some chicken Alfredo. Not hungry just yet, so I think I'm debating whether or not to do a bath first before dinner or afterwards. It's a little bit annoying because I've discovered that like the last couple of weeks running a bath wakes him up. Not necessarily running the bath itself, but getting out the room, because the door kind of makes a noise when you open it. And it's, I mean, if I leave the door open, then the noise of the water will wake him up. But if I close it, the noise of it opening tends to wake him up too. So that's a little bit annoying. But I definitely am going to need a bath tonight. I feel a bit sweaty, so I definitely want to have one. It's Friday, it's the last day, and it is currently 10:15. We are supposed to be meeting some friends in Kingston at 10:30. However, Oren has only just woken up. I can hear him waking up now from his nap. And I need to very quickly make us some lunch to take. So I think I'm going to do just a peanut butter sandwich, and I've got banana there, and I'll throw in some extra ready-made bits, and that'll have to do for lunch today. Okay, this banana is not the ripest it could be, but it looks fine. Very quick peanut butter, some cut up strawberries, and a banana. That'll be a nice quick lunch. And I think the place we're going to actually does kids foods, and I've discovered that he'll eat ham sandwiches, so hopefully I might find some extra bits there for him if this isn't enough. Well, I completely forgot to film anything while we were out. It was quite chaotic because we'd gone to this cafe where there's like this little play corner, and we were hoping to get that, but when we arrived there, there was another group of mums and babies there already, so we had to kind of like sequester another table and put things down for the kids. And it was just Oren, he's an escape artist. The minute you go somewhere, he wants to figure out how to get out. So didn't really get a chance to sit down, but I did get a chance to catch up with my friends, which was really nice. And we got to say goodbye to the mum who was leaving. It's kind of sad. We've had a couple, I think she's the second one to move out actually. It's interesting seeing how many parents, and most of these, in fact I think almost all of my antenatal group are couples, how many are moving back to be near at least one set of grandparents, because it really is a lot easier when you have that extra help. Anyway, I am now on cleaning duty. I need to put away, actually before I do this, I need to put away the things that need to go in the dishwasher, and then wash up all the Tupperware that's waiting to be washed. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but I was supposed to have a Sainsbury's delivery last night, and then at some point in the afternoon I got an email from them saying, we're really sorry, we're not going to be able to deliver your order today, and which is a bit annoying because I'm actually running a little low on nappies, and I always restock the nappies in that particular order. So anyway, I had to call a phone number that they gave me, which I did, and they booked it for this evening. And I normally book what's called a saver slot, so they give you, like, I do the evening one, which is the cheapest, so it's I think from 7 till 11 p.m. at night. They can come anytime there, and on the day they do usually give you an hour slot, but because they obviously didn't come yesterday, they gave me an hour slot for this evening. So between 8 and 9 this evening I'm expecting my Sainsbury's order. But if they cancel again today, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because literally I think I'm down to about 4 nappies now, possibly 1 or 2 more in my changing bag, so I think we'll be fine for today. But if they cancel this evening, then we're going to be, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Oh no! No, I have some pull-ups actually, no, we'll be fine. But it's still really annoying because I get my shopping delivered because it's just so much easier being single. Like having to take Orin out to the supermarket, put him in the trolley, go round, and then pack the car up, put him in the car, get back home, unpack him, unpack the car, like it's quite a faff. So I find that having my shopping delivered really makes a big difference for me. And if you use like the saver slots with Sainsbury's, it's only like, sometimes it's £1, I think it's £1.50 today for shipping, but I'm like, it is totally worth paying that £1.50 to me for shipping, because it makes my life so much easier. And I also try and get it delivered when he's in bed, so I can just unpack it in peace. Yeah, it's been working for the last few months now, so that's one of the things that I'm doing to make my life a little bit easier. It is 4:20 now. We have had a very lazy afternoon. It's been lovely. Orin went down for a nap at 2:30ish. And he slept for almost an hour, which is great. And since then, we've just been chilling with CBeebies. He's just figured out basically how to kind of do downward dog, but resting on his head. And he did it in front of me so he could see me. And he just thought it was the funniest thing ever. He was just giggling away. It was so cute. Yes, you were. It's getting close to your dinner time though. Should Mummy go and do some cooking? So I'm going to try making some lamb meatballs for Orin tonight. No idea if he'll eat them or not. He quite likes the broccoli and chicken burgers that I do, and he's eaten quite a few of them, but I haven't given him lamb in a while, so I'm curious to see how he's like with that. So I didn't have any breadcrumbs, so I've just blitzed up a piece of white bread in my blender here. It's still a bit PC because Orin really doesn't like the noise. It's quite loud, to be fair, the food processor, so I did it as much as I could, but it was upsetting him, so I didn't want to do any more than I absolutely had to, so I think it's mixed enough. I'm also going to add some garlic powder and some onions. I've got some diced onions in the freezer. I was debating whether or not to add anything else to it, but I think because I'm not sure how he's going to like this, I'd like to make it relatively plain for him first of all, before I debated adding like some mixed herbs in here, but I think actually plainer might be better, although he does kind of like flavour. Always a big debate with him whether it's worth putting some extra bits in or whether keeping it more basic is better. Buying frozen chopped onion has honestly been one of my best life hacks since being a solo parent. It makes cooking so much easier if you have pre-chopped onion and garlic, so I always have them in the freezer now. I'm going to use all of the mince in this because I think it needs eating up, but I'm probably not going to cook it all at once, so I'm going to freeze some of them. Really and truly I should mix this with my hands, but I don't know about you, I hate mixing anything with my hands. It's one of my biggest bugbears of cooking. Wherever possible, I always try and use some other implement rather than actually have to use my hands, although I will have to get them dirty in a minute. Aha, it's very cold as well. But now it's kind of in one giant meatball. I'm going to make some smaller versions of this, and then I'm going to flatten them out a bit as well. Okay, I've made 6 to cook for now, and I'm going to make the rest of the mixture up into some ones to freeze, but I'm going to put these in the oven for now. This is dinner. I've got some raspberries, some of the lamb. This is a banana muffin I defrosted, and the last of the red pepper pancakes with peanut butter on. I wouldn't normally give him peanut butter twice in one day, but it's not actually bad for him, and it's the only way he's prepared to eat these red pepper pancakes. It is now 7:10 in the evening. I'd say Orin's been asleep for roughly half an hour. His bedtime has moved back a bit recently, so at one point it was 6 o'clock, and sometimes I struggle to get him even to 6. but more recently he's gone back to 2 naps in the day, and that means that he now has a longer stretch in the evening, which I actually think is good. I kind of prefer this way because I think 6 was a bit early for him really to go down for a full night, but 6:30 feels a bit more reasonable, so I'm quite happy with that at the moment. I'm having that endless debate over what to do for dinner, particularly because obviously I was expecting my Sainsbury's shop yesterday, not today, so I'm a bit low on things to have in the house, because the way that I do my food shops is I do a really big one at the beginning of the month where I spend like half my food budget, and then I just do top-ups over the next couple of weeks, and so I'm currently like running a bit low on quite a few things, so yeah, I think I do have pasta and some sauce though, so I probably will end up just doing that. The shopping's here. Voila. I had a slight panic earlier because I realised that they'd given me a £5 coupon for the cancelled order, and I suddenly went, wait a second, is that for yesterday or have they cancelled today as well? Because I didn't get an email saying that it was going to be delivered between 8 and 9. I just had a phone call with somebody, whereas normally I get an email. So I thought, oh my god, please don't tell me it's not going to be delivered because I don't know what we're going to do. But it's fine, it's here, so I'm going to go and unpack that now. So this is about £60 worth of a food shop. This is my big shop at the beginning of the month. Like I said, I just top up on weekly shops afterwards. But I find that for me it works best to just do one big shop at the beginning of the month and then kind of top up from there. It is 9:45 in the evening now. I'm just currently watching the first episode of the new Clarkson's Farm series, and then I think I will have a bath and go to bed. So I figured I might as well end this vlog here. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a week in my life as opposed to a day in my life like I usually do. As I said, I've never done this before, and obviously filming this right now I've not edited it yet, so I've no idea how it's going to turn out, but it's been quite interesting to do it across a week. I actually have quite enjoyed it, so I think I might do this again. I can sometimes struggle to find enough like interesting things that happen on one particular day, particularly if there's one day that there's only really one day in the week that I can film a full day in the life on, and it happens to be a quiet day. It's just, you know, I think they're interesting to show every now and then, but I definitely don't want to be filming that all the time. So I think filming across a week, there's more likely to be some stuff kind of happening here and there throughout doing that. As always, thank you so much to everyone for watching my videos, and a particular thank you to my Precious Star Superstar members. I hope you've all had a great week wherever you are in the world, and I look forward to seeing you soon, guys. Bye everyone, have a great day.